I looked at the team. They didn't really have a plan, starting from the first half. After the first half, the second half, the Guineans were more relaxed. The Guineans have more confidence with the ball. In as much as the team was playing, I expected the coaches to detect where the faults are. They made changes 25 minutes to go. The team feel like they want to play. Before you know it, they fall back. Not only minding that, the team lack character. The team lack coordination. They are not playing together like a team. So they really need to go back to the drawing board, work on the team at a large, then come back with another plan. If they don't do that, I don't think if they will make it in Guinea, because Guinea are more star-studded side, because now they didn't even exhibit what they have. But I know they will unleash when they get to Guinea.
We just hope that Guinea will not really unleash against the Olympic Eagles by the time they get to Guinea there. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV, Adeni G. Shafe. Well, yesterday was a match, a day rather, that's a match that took place between Nigeria under-23 Eagles and also the Guinea team. Ended in stalemate. Let's look at that first story. That particular match didn't go well with a lot of Nigerians. The fact that they were not happy how it ended. Well, Olympic Eagles versus Guinea ends in stalemate. Nigerians were hoping that we'll be able to win that game. It ended 0-0. And really, by the time the second leg will be coming up on Tuesday, can we really turn things around? Looking at that particular story, we could have to move to Kaduna now to join our own man there. Nazim Jamajo, are you there? Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, that particular match between Nigeria and Guinea. A lot of Nigerians are really talking tough, not too happy with the fact that we play goalless in Abuja. And the second leg, like that, the man that spoke last said they will unleash against Nigeria. Do you think really Guineans will actually be unleashed against Nigeria in the second leg?
I hope they don't. I also hope they don't, because it is going to be a very tricky tie. I think the Olympic Eagles wasted their chances today. That was a big chance for them to go ahead and actually have something in their hands going into the second game, but they couldn't. It is going to be difficult for us to go to Guinea and beat the Guineans right there. Make sure we make it into the next round of this competition. It's going to be difficult. That is the only thing. It's going to be very difficult. Like I said, yesterday they had, the team looked, unorganized, just like the man that talked earlier said. The team looked unorganized. They were just playing without any idea. They lacked bite in attack. So many things happened in that game that, Coach Yusuf need to fix, because when I saw him talking about that, he's going back, he has seen the mistakes that he's going to back to fix them. I just hope that, yes, he goes ahead and fix them, because there are so many mistakes that this team, they need to correct it. If not, it's going to be difficult for them to get back and get something out of this game. It's going to be difficult playing against this side. Just look at how comfortable they were playing in Abuja, playing on their away turf. And then when you think about them playing at home, they'll be more confident. They have their own crowd, supporting them. It's going to be difficult for the Olympic Eagles, definitely in the second game.
Well, it's going to be difficult, but really, it's not safe, it's not achievable. That particular match yesterday, it was obvious that the under-23 Olympic Eagles didn't really perform well. Expectations were high concerning that game, and a lot of Nigerians were not too happy with what they saw in that particular encounter. From your own side, what do you think went wrong concerning the Olympic Eagles? It seems they were not too sharp, kind of.
Yeah, they like the biting attack, just like I said earlier. And this is a team that has been put hurriedly together by the coach because of the problems that he had. And then you expect them to come into this game and perform so very much well. No, he's not. Coach Yusuf is not a miracle worker. It will definitely take time before we get to see this team play very well under him, because they had just a little bit of time to prepare for this game. I just hope the more time they will have, concerning this game, they'll prepare very, very well, because you have to score goals in such kind of games. You have to outscore your opponent. You have to score goals and make sure that you win. And that is where the problem is for the Olympic Eagles of Nigeria. They were struggling to create chances. I think the first shot they had on target was from that free kick in the 30th minute. That is after half an hour in a game. You can't just go ahead and play 30 minutes without mastering a shot on target. You need to create something to make sure that you win games like this. But unfortunately, this team is not created. I hope he finds a way. He made substitutions, 2 substitutions in the 30th minute, and They couldn't, put things together and make sure that the team start performing the way it is supposed to. It is going to be difficult, when you look at it. It's going to be difficult, especially when you put in a team together hurriedly. That is the problem that we always, most of the time, face in this country. We don't prepare for such kind of tournaments. Sometimes it do work out for us, but unfortunately, yesterday it didn't.
Well, it didn't work well yesterday. Now, the coach of the team that we faced, that's a Guinean team coach now, talking about Molashi Cisse, saying, well, from the way it is, he's disappointed. That's the second story we're looking at. He's disappointed for not beating Olympic Eagles in Abuja. Really? He wants to defeat us here in Abuja. How do you look at that statement? I'm disappointed for not beating Nigeria in Abuja. So he wants to go and complete the remaining part of it in Guinea. Well, it's so much problem for the team playing against Guinea, but if you look at this particular game, it was obvious that the Guineans really came out against us. They were ready for the match. They really played against Nigeria, and it shows that as if they were the one at home. Olympic Eagles were not really dictating the pace of that particular encounter. Now, let's look at the coach, Coach Salisu Yusuf, saying, well, he will perfect every area before Tuesday. And if you look at the areas, especially our striker, they seem not to be having that sharp edge where they can score those goals. Do you think something can be done between now and Tuesday for us to get a victory over the Guineans?
It takes a little bit of time. You talk about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Monday, then Tuesday. The game comes. The weight of the team is going to be difficult. Like, he has to fix this in next to no time. He is an experienced coach. This is not the first time that he's going there with this team. Sometimes you need to learn how to grind out those wins. That is what I expect Salisu Yusuf to get from the team. Maybe get to score 1 or 2 goals, and then we relax, and then get to play in a low block or a deep block and get the result. That is the most important thing, and then we get to see what we can do before the Olympics. It is going to be difficult, definitely, for him to fix those problems in next time. But I just hope he finds a way. He finds a way to fix the team, and then we go ahead to Guinea and beat the Guineans.
Well, when you look at football in Nigeria, when it comes to the Olympics, since we won it in 1996, and also trying our best to see how we did well in 2008 in Beijing. But afterwards, it seems right now, the under-23 Eagles seems not to be the way it used to be, that in fact, if you are playing us, you are afraid as a country. But right now, it seems for like 2 years now, we've been kind of struggling when it comes to under-23.
Yes, we have been. I cannot remember in my head when last we had a team that actually played in the Olympics. That is the incompetence of the NFF. They have to take the blame also, and then the lack of preparation. Just like now, I think it is just the lack of preparation that is just showing clearly that we had to put a team hurriedly together to make sure that we have a team that is participating in this kind of games. We have such kind of problems. So many of them have happened over the course of the years. I just hope that we get to fix it in next to no time. Just like you said, nobody fears, playing against this the Olympic Eagles anymore, because most of the teams come with the arrogance and then with the confidence that this is a team they are playing against is not prepared, a team that is not well ready to play against them. So they always find their way to make sure they beat the Olympic Eagles and make it to the tournament. So it's going to be difficult, definitely, for us to kind of move out from this, period that we are of the struggles and everything. But I just hope that the NFF get to look at these things, because these are things that I should look at. Because from the under 23, the next thing we have to look at is the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And then at the moment, when you look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria, also not have confidence of them going ahead and beating their opponents just like they usually do. So we have to fix these kind of things to make sure that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we get the best players from this kind of tournaments into the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We get to see the best players continue to play for the Super Eagles.
Now, before we leave Olympic Eagles story, we saw that the coach actually started talking that we will perfect our strategy before Tuesday's return leg. Looking at that particular story, they are coming from Salisu Yusuf. Jamajo, we want to agree with me that the coaching crew now, the technical crew, and also the players, both sides, they have their blames from this particular game, right?
Yusuf has to take his blame, and also the players also have to take their blame, because sometimes you expect the players, whenever they are selected, to come out and play their possible best to perform and take the team to where it is supposed to be. And yesterday, we cannot see that from the team. You have to play with all you had, for this is the Super Eagles. This is not any like the club football that you play just a little bit of time and then you get paid huge amount of money. No, this is the Super Eagles. You have to play for your country. You have to play for the badge, which is understandable. And also for the coach, I understand the fact that he has to, put the team together in next to no time because of the difficulties that he had, and then get them playing. But you are an experienced coach. You need to sometimes find your way. Like, you need to stand your ground. You need to make sure that you teach these boys how to grind out results. You make them understand we are playing at home, we are playing in Abuja. Before you go to Guinea, let's get something out of this game. But now playing a draw at home puts the team in a very difficult position, playing in the second game. So everybody has to take his blame, not only the coaches and the players, also the NFF.
Also, the NFF, they have to get their own blame, a share of that particular blame there. Nigeria played goalless against Guinea in that encounter yesterday at the MK Abiola Stadium. Now they'll be going to Guinea for the second leg. That will be a tough one, because right now they are on a very, very tight rope. And only from the way it is, they just have to work hard and smart if they are to escape the bullish attitude from the players of Guinea, because they'll be ready to unleash, in fact, a dragon in that particular encounter. Well, Jamajo, from the way it is, do you see Olympic Eagles maybe turning things around, maybe winning that game on Tuesday? A positive side from you?
Yeah, I just hope. I have my hopes like 110% that this team can go ahead and get the result and make sure that they defeat these Guineans, because it's going to be difficult, definitely. It's going to be difficult, but I just hope that they can go ahead and do the business right there, because when you look at it, just like I said, Coach Salisu Yusuf is not a coach that is going there for the first time. And then he has his own backroom staff that are not going there for the first time. So I just hope they find their way. They make sure that they get this team to get that result, and then make sure that they defeat the Guineans. I just hope, is the hope, and I have a little bit of confidence, just a little bit of it, for the team to make sure that they make it into the, Olympics.
Well, from the way it is right now, getting to the Olympics would be a tough hurdle to climb right now, because even the AFCON under 23, we are still struggling. And looking at the way they play yesterday, if they are to go to the Olympic like this, that won't speak too well for Nigeria. Now, let me quickly pick you on the Super Eagles. They'll be playing on Friday against the Guinea-Bissau. They call them the Joltos, a match that Nigerians are hoping to see a brand new Eagles after that outside from World Cup qualifiers. What do you think concerning that game, Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, tomorrow?
Yeah, I think this guy somehow, gets me excited that I will be getting to see the Super Eagles of Nigeria back in action, and they will be playing right here in Nigeria. The Super Eagles of Nigeria, just like you said, we'll be expecting them to come out on top of this one because of the heartbreak that they actually gave so many of us when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers. Since from that, they have played a couple of friendlies. I can't remember them getting trashed, in the hands of Portugal right there in the friendlies before the World Cup, and they didn't play in the World Cup. So I just hope in this one they come out on top. There are so many players that I'm excited, looking forward to see them play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The likes of Moses Simon are there, Victor Osimhen that is doing exploits with Napoli, already on 25 goals this season. And then you have the likes of Samuel Chukwueze, who is also doing fantastically well with his team right there in the Spanish La Liga. Talking of Villarreal, and in midfield the likes of Alex Iwobi, as well as the likes of Joe Ayodele Aribo, although he has not been playing for his new team right there in the Premier League, Southampton, and also Wilfred Ndidi also will be part of the team. So I'll be excited and hopeful to see one of the best Super Eagles performance in the last couple of months, because it's been a while that we get to see them. I think since that 10-0 thrashing of Sao Tome and Principe, they have not played that football that everybody will be excited about, everybody will be talking about. So I just hope against Guinea-Bissau, who are also not a side that will just put under the radar and say that yes, the Super Eagles can go ahead and beat them. But I'll be expecting a good one from them. It is against the Guinea-Bissau side. It is the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who have got a lot of stars in the team. So I expect them to come out on top in this one. I just hope that they get to win and then seal their ticket for the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, talking about 2024.
Okay, good one there. Well, Jamal Joe, we've been talking concerning Nigerian football. It seems under 23 Eagles not performing too well against the Guinean counterparts in just that game yesterday. But right now, let's divert a bit. We look at under 17. They are also preparing right now for the World Cup. From what they've done so far, you look at under 17, you look at under 20. They will also be going to the World Cup, the Nations Cup for the under 17. All of that put together, Coach Uduka Ubade quietly working. How do you see those two teams? Under 20, we saw what they did at the AFCON, under 20, and also going to the World Cup now in Indonesia. Do you think both teams are prepared for this?
Well. I cannot say yes. I cannot say yes. But I have my hopes and I have my doubts when it comes to the under 20, because we have seen what they have done also in the under 20 Africa Cup of Nations. They just concluded tournament right there. They finished third in that tournament after the problems they had at the start of the tournament, the struggles they had. They got beaten, they came back, won, and also make it to the quarterfinals of the tournament. And after the quarterfinals, into the semi-finals, where they got beaten, and then make sure they finished third after thrashing the Tunisians by 4-1. If I'm not mistaken, I think I got the result right. So I just hope they also prepare in time, because the World Cup is coming in the next couple of months. You have to prepare. This is not the time that you go back home, relax, and rest. No, this is the time that you go into the camp, prepare the players, know your players, create a synergy between the players, and you make sure that when it comes to the playing in the tournament, they get to perform. Because the under 17, the under 20 tournaments are tournaments that most of the time we expect our teams to perform well. I can't remember, them winning the under 17. I can also remember there's, Olympic Eagles also doing fantastically well in such kind of tournaments, and also the under 20 Africa Cup of Nations. For the under 17, I think this is just where some of our players get to announce themselves, and we get to win this tournament. I think it's been a while right now that the Golden Eagles get to win the under 17 World Cup, because of how poor the situation has been when it comes to the under 17. I just hope we get to see them also back on track, start winning games, and then get to give at this moment that football fans in this country have suffered from the heartbreak from the World Cup. Any moment that we get to see one of our national teams play, we expect something from them, because like the Nigerians need something to compensate themselves for that pain that they had of missing the World Cup when it comes to the Super Eagles and the football community entirely in this country.
Okay, good word there. I think it's time for us to leave the national teams alone now. Let's talk about the football from Nigerian League, the MPFL, where Rivers United played their rescheduled match yesterday against Rangers. It was a peep as they edged Rangers in that game. Good one for Rivers United. We saw what they've been doing in the Continental, talking about the CAF Confederation, where they are topping their group in Group B, having 10 points on goal difference ahead of Aztec Mimosas of Cote d'Ivoire. But right now, they also did well yesterday against Rangers. Rangers International, the one they call Flying Antelopes, they fought hard. But that one go, a good one from Iyema Wagwa for that team, Rivers United. Nazir, it seems Rivers United are really getting hold of their mojo right now, doing so well when it comes to the MPF and also the CAF Confederation.
Tournaments, and also back right here in Nigeria in the NPFL, they are sitting second. If they had won yesterday, they would have toppled the pile right there in their group, because they are just a point at the moment behind Lobby Stars, who are top of the league. They are doing fantastically well this season. They have get to fix things together and they are performing very well. Although we are having, a very short season right here in the country because of the problems that the league faced, or, they are performing, they are doing very well. And also in the continental tournaments, although there is no league football at the start of the continental tournaments, but they also found their way. They are doing fantastically well. I think they deserve big credit for that, and also the coach also, as well as the players of the team. They deserve huge amount of credits for that, and also for any Rangers who actually got away with that draw. I think it is also a good one for them. It is also a good one for them because they are fighting with the likes of Vicky Torres not to get relegated at the bottom of the league. So they are also sitting in a very good place at the moment for them after that draw.
A good one for Rivers United, doing well at home and also in intercontinental or rather continental level in the CAF Confederation there. Now, let's talk about the Super Eagles before we wrap it up. Pizarro knows what is at stake concerning that particular game against Guinea-Bissau. That's why he has picked Victor Osimhen as the penalty taker for the Super Eagles. I'm sure you're happy about this, Yamajo. Looking at what he has been doing with Napoli over there in Italian Serie A and now transferring that to the Super Eagles, he should be the penalty taker. I'm sure this is good, right?
I think that is why Joseph Pizarro is giving Victor Osimhen that chance to take the penalties for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and also get to see him pack more numbers for himself when it comes to playing in the international level, as well as the club football that is playing right there at Napoli. I think this season at Napoli, the 25 goals that Victor Osimhen has scored, he has not scored any penalty. And I can remember recently, the last time he took a penalty, he missed it against Liverpool in the Champions League, talking of the group stages games. So Victor Osimhen right now back on penalties. When I actually saw this report, I was like, Osimhen on penalties. And then I get to see his penalty record, and I get to see that even when he got trained yesterday, playing in the training, he scored 8 out of the 10 that he took. I was like, the guy knows how to take the penalties, unfortunately. In the first place, I thought that Victor Osimhen doesn't know how to take those penalties, but it seems like the guy has a clue of how to take those penalties. And I think Joseph Pizarro is doing a good job right there for him to give his striker the chance to start pan. A very good chance for him to score penalties. It is a good one. I think it is a very good one for Victor Osimhen as well as the team. I just hope he gets to continue converting it. Although in the team we have the likes of the Trust Ekonku has been taking the penalties, and also we have the likes of so many experienced heads in the team, the likes of Moses Simon, who can also score those spot kicks. But there is a reason why Victor Osimhen is offered this chance, just to add more goals to the numbers that he has got.
Good morning there, Nasiru Jamanjo from Kaduna. Really appreciate your time with us on the show 360 Sport. Thank you very much. Good one there. Before we wrap it up, let's take just one gossip story that has to do with Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Juventus, and Napoli. Want Wilfried Noto, a player that has been doing so well with Leeds United. They want him to join them. About 5 clubs fighting for a player of that particular caliber. That would be a big one. Whoever can get this player will be adding a spark to that particular squad. Good one for Wilfried Noto. They are really being looked after by a top club in Europe over there. Well, that will be it on 360 Sport on Trust TV. We appreciate Naziru Jamajo from Kaduna. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.